Alright, so the purpose of this video is to show you how to input the answers for certain problems on test number 1. So just as with the quiz, the 2 proctoral practice quizzes, you're going to go here. Alright, so this part says go here to access the Proctor Test 1, and then just like with the practice quizzes that you did a few weeks ago, you're going to go here to upload the work. Alright, so we're going to focus on this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the link, and when I do that, I'm going to get this. So this is what you're going to see. It is very important you understand the directions. Alright, so you must be in the video the entire time. You must be in the video from your chest up, not just your face or your forehead. You will have 20 minutes to upload the work after completing the test. Make sure your problems are numbered and legible on your paper. You must enter the solutions in the text box just like you did with Proctoral Quiz Practice number 1 and number 2. If the solution in the text box does not match the solution on your paper, you will receive a 0 for that problem. This is a test. You will not use notes, books, other people, the internet, or any other aid considered academically dishonest by BRCC. You will receive a 0 on the test if you are being dishonest academically. You can use a scientific calculator. You cannot use a graphing calculator. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and you're going to go ahead and take the quiz. And remember a while ago you said that if it says access code required, that means you did something incorrectly. You did not download Proctoral. So just make sure you go here to click on Secure Exam Proctor Proctorio if you do get that message that says access code required. Alright, so this right here is a preview, so you're not going to see this. It'll send you straight to the quiz. So let's just go ahead and do that. And so when I do that, you're going to see the directions again, and then problem number 1. So notice right here, just to remind you, you're going to see statements, each problem that says indicate the solution in the text box. You must put the solution here. Alright, so now most of these are straightforward, so just use your keyboard. Just say something like, if the solution is 4/5, you say 4/5. Okay, and that's all you do in the text box. Now, on your paper, you're going to show the work and the solution as well. But in the text box, I just want to make sure that you actually did the work during this time where you're supposed to be doing the work. And so this answer here must match the answer on your paper. If after you submit and you change the answer on your paper and it doesn't match this, you will get a 0 on this problem. Okay? Alright, so do something like that. And then let's look at one that could involve a square root. So let's look at that. Okay, so one of the problems, I will give you the quadratic formula, so you will have to solve a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. Now, if you end up with a square, now just as before, indicate the solution in text box. So if you chances are you're probably going to be using a square root in your answer. So for that, what I would do is just say something like this. Just say, because you could go here and do all this, you see right here, but you're kind of, if you're taking too long in each problem, you just may want to just type out in a sentence what the answer is. But you could go here, see this right here, and I'm going to just show you. When you click on that, it'll give you this. All right, and then, but you have to kind of figure out, well, how do I use all of this, right? So the square root button's this one right here, and you would have to remember that your answer could be a fraction, so you'd have to enter the fraction bar. Then you'd say something like 3 plus the square root of 7, let's say, divided by 6. I'm just making that up real quick, 6, and then you have another one, right? So the other one could be, and there's no, you can't space, so just do a comma, and then the other one just say fraction, and then say 3 minus the square root of 7 divided by 6. All right, and then you say done. All right, and then it looks like that. But all you really have to do is just say this 3, and then on your keyboard plus, and then say something like square root 7 divided by 6. You could also say something like this 3 plus a minus, because remember with these you get plus or minus, 3 plus or minus, and then square root of 7 divided by 6. All right, so something like that. So writing this out in words is a little bit quicker, because you can just say it in words. I'm just going to look to see if this matches what you actually wrote on your paper, if this actually matches what you put here on your paper. Okay. All right, so that's that one. Now let's look at, I think, one more maybe. Okay, so here's another one where you have to solve an equation using the square root property. So again, same thing. What I would do, I would not use this, because you're going to be spending too much time trying to figure out how to use this. So in just words, in the text box, in words, just say something like this. All right, just say something like 7 plus 2 times the square root of, and don't worry about the spelling, square root of 8 divided by, let's say, -3. All right, something like that. And remember, you are going to get that plus or minus, so you could say, if you do this right here, then you'd have to say 7 minus 2 times the square root, again, don't worry about the spelling, of 8 divided by -3, let's say. All right, you could do it all at once. You could say 7 plus minus 2 times the square root of 8 divided by -3. All right, so something like that. All right, and then don't forget to click right here. You're going to, oops. All right, so all right, so I thought that was done somewhere. Oh, I'm sorry. At the bottom you're going to submit. All right, and then you keep on going. All right, so you just, and then with the inequality, the way I would do that is I would, remember, you are going to have parentheses and brackets involved, and infinity possibly, but if you do, just say something like -6. Oh, remember, they want interval notation here, so you're going to put the solution in the text box, interval notation. So you would say, let's say it's a parentheses and a bracket, so you'd say parentheses -3 comma 4 with a bracket. Okay, I'm just making that up. All right, so you would do something like that. Just make sure, though, just keep in mind that all you're putting here is just a solution. You have to do the work and the solution on your own paper. Okay, but this must match the solution and interval notation on your paper. And then you could have one with infinity, right? So with infinity, let's say it's negative infinity. Now on your keyboard, there's no infinity symbol, although you could go here to get it, but you're wasting your time because you may not know how to get to this pretty easily. So just say negative infinity in words, just like this, negative infinity comma to 7 with a bracket, like that. And then let's say union, and then let's say bracket, I'm making this up, bracket 6 comma to positive infinity. So just infinity like this. Okay. All right. So that's how you would indicate that. All right, and then at the end, you're just going to click here to submit. Now, once you submit, keep in mind, once you submit, you have 20 minutes to take those pages, scan them, and upload them using the appropriate link that you saw earlier. Okay, so you would click here, and then when you click here, it says you have 8 unanswered. I'm just going to say go ahead and say okay right now. Submit anyway, and then you're done. Okay, and that is it. Okay, now right here, I don't know if you see this, but right here, let me just show you real quick. It says attempt 1, which you only have one attempt, and it took you 9 minutes. And you're going to see a 0 out of 130. It's a 0 because the computer's not grading this. I am. All right, so don't worry about that 0 here. You're going to scan your work. I will grade what you submit as long as that solution on your paper matches what you put in those text boxes. If you don't put anything in the text box and you have something in your paper, you're still getting a 0. All right, so that means probably that you did something to your work once you submit it, which you're not supposed to. All right, so remember, academically dishonest will give you a 0. All right, so you must do this honestly. You must do your work honestly. All right, and so that's it. And by the way, when I did that, notice right here, it indicated there was something. So when you click on that, when you go to grades and you click on that, you're going to see a 0. Don't let that bother you. All right, because I will grade. Once that's graded, I will submit your score. Okay. All right, so that is it. All right.